Have you ever held a coin that's over 100 years old and wondered what kind of world it came from? The 1915 UK one penny might just look like a large, dark copper coin. But behind its weathered surface lies the story of a nation at war, a king leading an empire, and a currency system that shaped British history. Whether you found this penny in a family heirloom box or picked it up at a flea market, you might be surprised at how much meaning and value it holds. Welcome back to Coins Heritage, the place where coins aren't just metal, they're time machines. If you enjoy exploring historic coins, understanding their value, and learning how to sell them smartly, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our latest uploads. Now, let's take a journey back to 1915 and uncover the remarkable world behind this British bronze penny. The 1915 UK one penny was minted during one of the most intense periods of British history, World War I. At this time, King George V sat on the throne, and the British Empire was fully engaged in the Great War. With soldiers fighting in Europe and colonies across the globe, the penny served as both a basic currency for daily life and a reminder of the empire's far reach. It was one of the last British pennies to carry the classic Victorian-era coinage design before major reforms in the decades ahead. Let's talk about the design. The obverse side of the coin features the bust of King George V, facing left, with a short, neatly trimmed beard and wearing the imperial crown. The inscription around the portrait reads, Georgievs V de Jare, Brit. OMN, Rex FID, Def, IND, IMP, which translates to George V by the grace of God, King of all the Britons, Defender of the Faith, Emperor of India. This mouthful of Latin was a standard feature on British coins of the era and reflected the king's wide-reaching dominion. The reverse of the coin showcases Britannia, the personification of Britain, seated facing right, wearing a flowing robe and a Corinthian-style helmet. She holds a trident in her left hand and rests her right hand on a shield adorned with the Union Jack. The words one penny curve around the top edge, and the year 1915 sits at the bottom. This design by Leonard Charles Wyon had been in use since 1860 and symbolized British naval strength and imperial pride. The coin is made from 95% copper, 4% tin, and 1% zinc, giving it that familiar dark bronze appearance. It's quite a large coin by modern standards, measuring 30.8 mm in diameter and weighing about 9.4 grams. You can really feel the weight of history in your hand when you hold 1.as for mintage. Over 47 million 1915 one-penny coins were produced, all at the Royal Mint in London. That was a relatively high number, which means the coin is not considered rare in general, but condition is everything. Because these pennies were made for circulation and heavily used in daily transactions, finding one in excellent condition is much harder than you might think. Most coins were worn down over decades of use, especially during wartime shortages when money changed hands quickly. How much is your 1915 penny worth today? In heavily circulated condition, like fair or good, it might fetch $1 to $3 USD. In fine or very fine condition, where more details of the king's beard or Britannia's robe are still visible, it could be worth $5 to $10. When the coin is in extremely fine or about uncirculated condition, it jumps to about $15 to $30. Now, if you happen to have a 1915 penny in uncirculated or mint state condition, with no wear and strong original luster, you're looking at a coin that could be worth anywhere from $60 to $150 or more, especially if certified by a major grading service. For collectors, color also plays a role in value. Just like American coins, British bronze pennies are graded by their tone, **red, red-brown, or brown **. Red coins, which retain the original mint luster, are rare and much more desirable than dull brown ones that have oxidized over time. Now, let's talk about how to identify a higher value 1915 penny. First, examine the details on both sides. On the obverse, can you see fine lines in King George's beard? On the reverse, are Britannia's trident and shield fully outlined with minimal wear? The more detail, the better the grade, and the higher the value. Next, look for a smooth surface, even coloring, and lack of corrosion or scratches. Some collectors even seek coins with specific die flaws or overstrikes. but those are rare and require expert authentication. If you're thinking of selling your 1915 penny, you have several good options. Local coin dealers can offer a quick sale, though they often buy below market value. If you're after top dollar, consider selling through eBay, Etsy, or a coin-specific marketplace like MA Shops or Vcoins. Be sure to take clear, close-up photos of both sides of the coin, ideally under good lighting, and include details about its condition, weight, and diameter. If the coin has been professionally graded, include that certification as well. It can significantly boost buyer confidence. Another great option is attending coin shows or visiting numismatic clubs, where you can meet potential buyers or dealers in person. These events often attract serious collectors looking for high-quality examples. And of course, if you believe your penny is in exceptional condition or you want to increase its marketability, you can send it to NGC or PCGS for grading. Just make sure the potential resale value justifies the grading fee. Before you sell, avoid one common mistake. Don't clean the coin. It might be tempting to scrub off a century's worth of grime, but doing so can ruin its surface and reduce its value dramatically. Collectors prefer the coin in its original, aged state, even with its natural patina or spots. The 1915 UK 1 penny isn't just a coin. It's a relic from a world at war, a symbol of an empire, and a quiet witness to history. Whether it passed through the hands of a London shopkeeper, a factory worker, or a soldier heading to the front lines, it carries stories we may never know but can still feel when we hold it today. It may not be the rarest coin, but its age, design, and legacy make it a meaningful addition to any collection. Thanks for spending time with us here on Coins Heritage. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1915 British penny, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more fascinating coin journeys from around the world. Do you have one of these in your collection? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your story. Until next time, keep collecting, keep learning, and always treasure the small things, because even a single penny can tell 100 years of history.